How long had it been since Izanami had died? Izanagi stood up unsteadily. Then he buried Izanami's corpse on Mount Hiba, on the border between Izumo and the neighboring province, and built a tomb for her. I want to see Izanami again. Izanagi just stood there, without wiping away the tears falling down. Izanagi was lost in despair for a while, but then an idea came to him. Yeah, I'll go to Hades. Why didn't I think of this sooner? I should go to Hades now and bring back Izanami. However, I have heard that once the dead have eaten the food of Hades, they can no longer return to this world. I have to hurry. Izanagi regretted he hadn't thought of it sooner, but it was no use saying that now. He made up his mind to go to Hades. Hades is the land of the dead. It is said to be located deep down Yomatsu-Hirasaka, the slope that leads to the land of the dead, on the outskirts of Izumo province. Izanagi headed for Yomatsu-Hirasaka. As he descended the long, winding slope, a huge rocky gate towered over him, blocking the way. This place seemed to be the entrance to Hades, but the door was tightly closed, so he couldn't go inside. Izanami! Izanami! It's me! Izanagi! I'm here to bring you home! Izanagi called out loudly so that his voice could be heard on the other side of the door. A while later, there was no reply. Izanami, please, open this door. Izanagi shouted again as he banged on the door. After Izanagi shouted over and over again, he finally heard a familiar voice from the other side of the door. Izanagi? Is that Izanagi? No doubt about it. It was definitely the voice of his beloved Izanami. What brings you here? When Izanami asked him, Izanagi replied, I'm here for you, my dear. We haven't finished creating our land yet. Come home with me. After a few moments of silence, he heard Izanami's sobs. It's too late now. I've already eaten the food of Hades. I can't go back to your world anymore. Why didn't you come for me sooner? Hearing Izanami's sad, sorrowful voice, Izanagi's heart ached as if it were constricted. I'm sorry, Izanami. I should have come for you earlier. But I still can't give up. I love you, Izanami. Izanagi persisted. If I could go home, I would. Izanami was confused, but continued speaking, as if she had made up her mind. I understand. Since you've come for me, I'll ask the gods of Hades to let me return to your world. Izanagi was a little relieved to be able to hold out hope. But while I'm consulting with the gods of Hades, you must never look inside. Promise me you will never see me. Izanagi was amazed by Izanami's strong tone, but vowed to keep his promise. Too late. Without knowing how many hours had passed, Izanagi continued to wait. It's too late. It was hard to just keep waiting, not knowing how long to wait. Izanagi began to feel irritated. Is there something wrong? A feeling of anxiety welled up in Izanagi's mind. Could Izanami alone persuade the gods of Hades? Isn't she being held back by force? Since I've come all the way to Hades, shouldn't I go and negotiate with my herself? Alright, I'll take a little look around inside. Izanagi finally couldn't wait to open the door and take a look inside. Izanagi's desire to see Izanami was too strong, so he didn't think it strange that the door, which had been stuck a moment ago, opened so easily. Izanagi has broken his promise to Izanami. Without knowing the repercussions of doing so. It's too dark to see what's inside. Izanagi broke off one of the teeth of the comb that bound his hair, lit it, and walked into the door. There was a strange smell in Hades, as if something was rotting in the air. Izanagi moved forward step by step, relying only on a small light in the darkness. The ground was rough and hard as a bumpy rock, and there was something that smelled strange scattered everywhere, making it difficult to walk. Izanagi kept walking, stumbling and almost fell down in places. The strange smell got stronger and stronger as he went deeper into the place. Izanagi was quite far into Hades when he bumped his foot on something. When he held up the lamp to see what was at his feet, Izanagi was so horrified that he screamed, not believing it was his own voice. Izanagi found there the chained figure of the goddess he once loved. A maggot grew in Izanami's decomposing body, and 8 thundergods emerged from her head, chest, stomach, groin, and left and right limbs, glaring at Izanagi. Izanami's face was darkened, her nose was torn off, her teeth were bared, and one of her eyes was sunken and lost. Izanagi? Why are you here? Why did you break your promise? Izanami's remaining eye twitched, and she stared at Izanagi's face, muttering bitterly. I told you never to look at me. Why did you break your promise? I didn't want to see me in this ugly shape. I can't stand to be humiliated like this. I still love Izanagi. I was looking forward to coming home with you. But you betrayed me. You humiliated me. What a shame. I hate you. I won't forgive you. I'll never forgive you. Izanami's voice became shrill and gradually became louder. Sure, you can live in Hades with me. You should die and rot away. Then I will forgive you. That's crazy. That's not Izanami I loved. Shivering from the horror, Izanagi's body froze, and his legs began to tremble. I have to run! I must run! Whipping his terrified body, Izanagi managed to turn on his heel. And started running towards the exit without a second thought. No! I'm not letting you get away! Izanagi exclaimed. Catch that man, you bastards! Don't let him get away! Izanami commanded the succubus-like demons called Hades' ugly women that were in the area. No, I don't want to get caught. No, don't come. Izanagi fled desperately, stumbling forward. However, the Hades' ugly women's feet were abnormally fast, and they came up just behind Izanagi. Hold them off! Izanagi took off his hair ornament, made of black pine grass, and threw it behind him. Then the vine grew vigorously and produced grapes. When the ugly women of Hades found it, they munted on the grapes. Izanagi thought he could buy some time. But the Hades uglies quickly ate up all the grapes and chased after him again. Be my shield! This time, Izanagi threw the comb in his hairbag. Then bamboo shoots grew. The yellow ugly women bite the bamboo shoots. Damn! You useless bastards! What are you doing? You go too! Don't let him get away! Izanami was furious and commanded the Thunder Gods and the army of the Hades. The new chasers were catching up with Izanagi at a tremendous pace. Shoot! Izanagi pulled out the 10-fisted sword on his back with his backhand and swung it around. The holy sword shone with a dazzling light, blinding the chasers. Taking advantage of the moment, Izanagi returned to the foot of the slope leading to the exit. There stood a peach tree, bearing peach fruits that possessed the power to purge evil spirits. Save me! Izanagi picked up 3 peach fruits and threw them at his chasers. Then, thanks to the sacred power of the peach, the evil spirits lost their momentum and retreated. When he thought he was safe, Izanami chased after him herself. Stop! You can't escape! Jeez! Izanagi ran frantically, his legs tangled, and managed to reach the exit. Izanagi hurriedly closed the exit by pushing over a huge boulder that even 1,000 men could not move. Izanagi leaned against a large rock, gasping for air, relieved that he had finally escaped. Then, from the other side of the big rock, he heard the voice of Izanami when she was beautiful and tender. Why are you doing this? I love you so much. Please don't leave me. You and I live in different worlds. We can't live together anymore. I hope you will live in peace in Hades, Izanagi said as he admonished Izanami. Then he heard the sound of Izanami scratching the rock with her claws. It's all your fault. You broke your promise and treated me badly. That's why this happened. I will not forgive you. I will never forgive you, Izanami shouted hoarsely. So, I will cause and kill yourself and your resident every day from now on. Hearing Izanami's hatred voice, Izanagi declared with firm determination. You and I have been given a mission by the Creator to build our land. Therefore, if you kill 1,000 people every day, I will make sure that 1,500 babies are born every day. In the darkness, separated by a wall of large rock, Izanami's sobbing voice echoed. As a result of the two gods' marital quarrel, people were destined to live and die. This was the end of the first love-hate relationship in this land. Thus, the story of the rise and fall of the descendants of the Izanagi and Izanami begins.